we will be live on Twitch tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you guys go ahead and follow the channel in the description bar down below for awesome Super Smash Bros. Ultimate viewer battles on Twitch. Hope to see all of you guys there. How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC Theory discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at all of the statements made by Sakurai about the next wave of DLC and everything else like that, just because I have been getting a ton of questions regarding whether or not we're going to get a second Fighters Pass, if they're going to be all third-party characters, or if they're going to be all Nintendo characters. So I figured that we would go ahead and make a video today kind of discussing everything that I think is going to happen with this next wave of DLC. However, guys, as always, and I cannot stress this enough, just because I believe that a lot of this stuff is going to end up happening, that does not mean that it is going to happen 100% for sure, so make sure you guys take this with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. Unfortunately, guys, because this is coming directly from me, and this is my own kind of theory, we are not going to have a link to the original post. However, everything that you guys are going to need to know is going to be on screen, or I'm just going to be talking about it. So with all of that out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and talk about what Sakurai had to say about the next wave of DLC and what that means for the future of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So guys, the first thing I want to go ahead and say is that in that conversation I had with Block Content and Papagenos, I totally called that we would be getting more DLC fighters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, for those of you guys who weren't already aware, Nintendo has stated before that they want to support the Switch for 7 to 10 years, which means that they want to keep making as much money as possible from the games they already have on the system and just by selling more Switch consoles. Now, one of the arguments I brought up as to why I thought that we were going to be getting more DLC in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is because more DLC just means more money for Nintendo, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate ends up making more money. Like, think about it like this, guys. The Fighters Pass right now, which guaranteed is 5 characters, sells for $25. If we get a second Fighters Pass, we pay another $25, which means that we are paying $50 for 10 new characters when the base game for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate only costs $60 and it is over 70 characters. So obviously, Nintendo would be crazy not to put more characters into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, heck, if we get 3 DLC Fighter Passes, that means that people are going to be spending $75 on all of these brand new characters, which means that we're actually paying more for 15 new characters than we are for the original base game of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So obviously, guys, Nintendo is just going to keep adding more DLC fighters until it gets to the point where they can't anymore. Now, I definitely think that they are going to be supporting Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at least for the next couple of years. I mean, come on, guys, once again, if Nintendo keeps supporting one of their biggest IPs and adding in more characters and stuff like that, they're just going to be getting more and more money, so obviously, guys, they are going to continue adding DLC fighters for as long as they possibly can. Now, if you guys believe that I'm crazy for saying this, let's go ahead and take a look at what exactly Sakurai had to say about it. So he said in the latest Nintendo Direct, "To me, it feels like the finish line is sliding farther away," he said. "You may wonder, how much longer can he be involved with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but I'm also excited. Adding more characters into the game means more game worlds will be added to the series, and ultimately, that means there will be an even greater opportunity to delight the fans. At the same time, I feel that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is representing so many characters and game worlds that it's become an enormous game. Even if the Super Smash Bros. Series continues moving forward, I doubt there will be an opportunity to bring this many characters together again, so I want to keep improving on this record as much as possible, and I will continue to work hard at developing the game. I appreciate your support." Now, the first thing that I want to go ahead and say, guys, is that honestly, we don't deserve Sakurai. This man puts all of his effort into every single character that he develops, and just the fact that he keeps wanting to improve on this record means that we are going to keep getting more and more characters. Now yes, I do understand that there are lots of people out there that are saying that Sakurai needs a break and they working way too hard at Nintendo, but guys, if Sakurai wanted to stop developing characters, it's not like they're forcing him to. Like, Sakurai said in this statement that he's very happy and he loves that he's breaking this record of all-time amount of characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Sakurai absolutely loves to please the fans, which is one of the things I respect the most about him, so I guarantee we are going to be getting at least a second Fighters Pass, if not a third and fourth. Now, I know to a lot of people that sounds absolutely crazy and there's no way we're going to get another Fighters Pass, but guys, once you look at all the data and everything else, yeah, Sakurai's going to keep adding in as many characters as possible because once again, he just wants to make us happy, and I really do love that. So at this point, guys, I think it is very safe to say that this whole Fighters Pass is going to be made up of third-party characters. However, what is the next one going to consist of? Well, personally, guys, I am hoping for a Fighters Pass that is made up of all Nintendo characters. Now, I know a lot of people absolutely love getting big-name third-party characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, having Joker and Banjo-Kazooie is absolutely insane. But honestly, guys, I would love to see more Nintendo representation. For one thing, guys, I would absolutely love to see more Zelda representation. Now, obviously, if you guys have ever watched any of my videos or ever been to any of my streams, my favorite video game character of all time is Tetra from The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Now, I know she doesn't have the best chance in the world, but I really hope she actually has some chance of making it in, because I think that the Zelda universe needs to be represented more than just Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Zelda has so many rich and unique characters that adding in more Zelda characters shouldn't be a problem at all. Same goes with Mario and Pokemon. There are so many different characters that each of these franchises could represent that I think they should get a chance to make it in. However, I do think that there are some other third-party characters that should make it in as well. First of all, guys, I am shocked that we haven't seen Crash Bandicoot in Smash Ultimate yet. Now, if the rumors do end up being true, that means that Ryu Hayabusa is going to be our final DLC fighter on the first Fighters Pass. However, guys, personally, I am hoping for Crash Bandicoot to end up making it in. Crash is one of those characters that has a rich history not only on Sony platforms, but also on Nintendo as well. For those of you guys who didn't already know, Crash Bandicoot has had just as many games on Nintendo consoles as he has had on Sony consoles, so adding him in at this point shouldn't be an issue at all, especially since Nintendo has really been pushing Crash's games lately. I mean, we just got the Crash Insane Trilogy, and recently, we just got the release of the Crash Team Racing game. So, at this point, guys, I'm shocked we haven't already seen Crash Bandicoot, so hopefully they do end up adding him in. Other than that, guys, the other third-party character that I can't believe already isn't in Smash is Rayman. Once again, guys, Rayman has a very rich history with Nintendo, and a lot of people are shocked that he isn't already in the game. I mean, if you guys take a look at fan polls and everything else like that, we see that Rayman usually does very well on each of them, and the artsy Omni leak from the Smash for Wii U and 3DS days really got a ton of people talking about Rayman. So at this point, guys, I feel as though Rayman is kind of a shoo-in, and I really hope he gets in at some point. Now, going back to Nintendo characters, I know that a lot of people are arguing over whether or not spirits or, assist trophies can get in the game, but honestly, guys, there are two characters that I believe have a very, very, very strong chance of making it in. First of those being Geno. Now, obviously, guys, Geno is a character that has been talked about for a very long time, and one that people are absolutely shocked is not already in the game. Now, there is actually a ton of evidence pointing towards Geno's inclusion in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I may go ahead and talk about at a later date, but I'm just going to go over some of the highlights. First of all, guys, just like Megalovania and Sans from Undertale, who was recently announced as a Mii costume, Nintendo took down a Megalovania fan theme. However, guys, this isn't the only character and music they have done this with. Nintendo actually copyright striked and took down two themes for Super Mario RPG, and as of the date of this recording, we've had no instance of Geno being in the game other than being a spirit. Now, this is extremely weird, because for those of you guys who didn't already know, Geno was actually a Mii costume in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, and a lot of people thought that we were going to get his costume back. However, guys, it's still nowhere to be seen, which is extremely strange, especially considering Geno is a fan favorite character. With that being said though, guys, I think Geno has a much stronger chance than a lot of people give him credit for, so I think that Geno is probably going to make it in at some time, especially since, once again, Sakurai has said before that he would absolutely love to make a moveset for Geno, so seeing him in Smash shouldn't really be a surprise. Other than that, guys, we also have Waluigi. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that say there's absolutely no way that Waluigi is going to make it into the game. I mean, he's already an assist trophy and he's a spirit and blah blah blah, but guys, Waluigi is a fan favorite character. More so than Geno, more so than Crash Bandicoot, more so than Banjo-Kazooie in some instances. People really want to see Waluigi in the game. Yes, I do understand that he is an assist trophy, but that would be such a Waluigi thing to do. Like, Waluigi being both an assist trophy and a playable character is something that Waluigi would definitely do, and it would fit his character really well. And at this point, guys, I'm shocked we haven't already seen Waluigi in Smash, especially considering the fan outcry. So yeah, at this point, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if he was basically in. However, guys, until we get official announcements, make sure to take all of this information with a grain of salt. However, guys, with all of that being said, what do you guys think is going to happen with this next wave of DLC? Do you guys think that we're going to be getting another Fighter's Pass? Or do you guys think that Sakurai and Nintendo are just going to release characters one by one, and we're really going to have no idea how many characters are going to join the battle? Personally, guys, I think that once again, we're going to have at least 2 more Fighter Passes, but as of now, we are just going to have to wait and see. However, guys, with all of that being said, let me know which characters you would love to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, especially since now, even if your character doesn't make it in as the final DLC fighter on the first Fighter's Pass, they definitely still have a chance on the second one. Let me know in the comments who you want to see and why. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.